Everybody, welcome to a whole new video. Got to zoom you guys in a little bit. That would do. So we are going to Sittingbourne. How is your guys' week been? We've had a weather change. It is the UK. Significantly moved drastically from one side to another. Last couple of days I've seen, is it hailstones? I've seen a lot of rain, sun pop out here and there. However, the elements are fighting with each other. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. The only thing I enjoyed was I get a lot of, obviously, hay fever. Don't know why I'm quoting that, but I get hay fever. So when it did rain, it helps because it washes out all the pollen and all that stuff. That's the only thing I really like about the rain, really. it might be selfish reasons. I do like sometimes now and again the rain. I'm not gonna lie. I'm starting to like the rain in the UK more than I like the sun in some circumstances. I like when it's obviously too hot. Mainly it's not the sun, it's the humidity, sticky heat. But apart from that, weather wise, I don't like the snow. Don't mind if it's cold, too cold obviously, too cold. That can be a pot issue, but I don't mind the cold, I don't mind the rain much, and I don't mind the sun as long as it's not too crazy. Sticky, icky heat, ooh wee. That type of heat, humidity over here in the UK. If I go to another country, that's another fucking topic. But so far so good. So I bought some products I will be doing some reviews on. This is one of them. So I am quite a healthy guy, I go gym, and this supplement here, pre-workout, is just, I really enjoy it, the taste. I've had many pre-workouts over the years, and this ABE, this is one of them. My years ago was C4, but the standard C4 was into, for a while I was into C4s, everything C4. Now ABE, all black everything. That's my thing right now. That's the thing, that's the lick, whatever. There is some other ones that I've tried, but this one, I know it works. I can feel that tingling sensation when I have it. One scoop is all you need, man. I remember when I first, obviously you build up a tolerance to it, but this is strong enough, man. I'm telling you. If you have like one proper heaping scoop, just a little bit of you scoop it and you don't tap it to the side or mash it down, and it comes up to a little hill, if that makes sense. That's the scoop I have sometimes. And then, oh shit, I have another thing as well I've been trying. It's called juice. It's like liquid. It gives you a pump. I forgot what the name of it is called exactly, but I'll bring that bottle in next time. But I said I'll be putting this on stuff I use on TikTok shop, and this is one of them. And other things, grenade bars and stuff like that I have as a go-to now. These things that I use are, mind you, are supplements, and a lot of these things here are very unhealthy. I believe this is unhealthy to a certain extent, but it becomes unhealthy when you use it incorrectly. If you ask me, it's unhealthy as it is, but if you use it incorrectly, that's when it becomes really abuse of your health. That's just my opinion anyway. I could go into every single flipping thing food wise. I understand that you can have so many eggs and stuff like that and so much stuff. Put it this way, old school sayings, what they say, if you have too much of anything, it's not good for you. That goes with anything. Social media, whatever it is, you know what I mean? So I don't have a lot of caffeine. I do have my energy drinks, but I have zero sugar energy drinks. I have food when I go home, not proper cooked good food when I go home. I don't overthink stuff. I do, but I'm trying to make things as simple as I can, like microwave rice and stuff like that, because I'm on the go all the time, man. I'm doing multiple things. So anyway, that's just I don't want to get into too much detail regarding it. I want to mix up a bit, obviously, what I do with the vlogs and all that, because I am not just a lorry driver, but I'm into my fitness too. So this is that side of it. I already mentioned we're going to Sittingbourne and all that. Last week I'm in a Scania, as you can see. Last week, or the last couple of weeks, I've been in DAFs. This week, so far so good, we're in a Scania, which is good for me because Scanias are just like my cup of tea, so I say. In this industry, in the way I work at this particular site, doing this job, with the way they maintain the trucks and everything, these Scanias are the best ones over the DAFs. Now, if I go to another company, which I have been to other companies, I've driven DAFs in different companies, that's a different experience. I've driven MAN, I've driven Mercedes, Volvo, I've even driven Renault trucks. And if I was to pick between a DAF and a Renault truck, I'll pick the DAF. So it depends on the company and how they maintain their shit as well. It depends on the truck, the spec. Every company you go to, they maintain their trucks differently, you know what I mean, and deal with their stuff differently. Cleanliness or whatever you want to call it of the trucks. When they're filling up of the fuel, the routine, everything means something. So you go to a different company, the way they handle stuff is different to what I do in this company, at this site as well. Because if you go to different companies, sometimes the sites are just slightly different and they want stuff a different way. So that's what I'm saying, is that at this particular site and the way they work and what they do and the way they maintain their stuff, the Scanias that we have are supreme compared to any other truck in here. And we only have DAFs. We have one old, I can't remember what year it is, but it's an older Volvo, slow. Not a lot of people like driving it, but Volvos normally kill. They're the kings normally. But I like the a bit newer Volvos, to be honest. But apart from that, I said what I said, and that's just my opinion from me being here for maybe 6 years on and off of working at this particular site. Obviously other sites as well, Royal Mail have their DAFs as well. So that's the way they maintain their trucks are completely different to here. Even like the Suzis, we can get into the Suzis. Like if we were gonna go from this company where I work here to Royal Mail, and they got a bit of older model DAFs. They got new stuff as well, but the older model DAFs that they had when I was working there, they were brilliant. And then they have the Suzis. They have like sleeves over the Suzis, so they don't rot. Like a lot of companies don't have that. Some here and there, but a lot of companies didn't have that. Like when you get the truck, they're specially made and they have the extra stuff on the back. Like the Suzis have the sleeve, as I said. So when they get frostbite or whatever, I've got to go with my times because I'm talking to you and I've got to do my 15-minute check is done. So I've got to hook up to my load. Anyway, my point is every company is different, man. So I'm repeating myself again for those that are messaging in and they're saying like either I'm not making sense, the shorts don't make sense, I don't really give a crap about them, to be honest. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't really give a crap about some of the shorts. At first I did, but the industry I'm in, most of the people just moan. I'm more into, the reason why I kept doing the shorts is so I could open TikTok shop affiliate. So I can sell products and make money at the same time and help people that actually want good products. I've got into more the product side of stuff rather than, because I don't really enjoy lorry driving like I used to. Mainly because of that reason, because it's not like me. I like helping people, and lorry driving, I just feel like it helps new people, but it don't benefit the people. What I'm doing anyway, don't benefit the people as more than, to me, it's more of a, like health is more of an impact. Getting tools to do the job is more of an impact, in my opinion, for individual people. So for instance, when I talked about pre-workout, you're doing it for your health, and that is more of an impact, if you ask me, than lorry driving. You can go a bit deeper into stuff, and I'm sure someone's going to be like, well, no, there's certain stuff that you do and that is helping. I do believe that some of the stuff I talk about does help someone, and I have helped. I know personally I have helped people because they've come at me and they tell me the content's good and all that, and then you get the other side of the coin. But in my opinion, I'm the one that's receiving the messages and all that, the analytics and do all that stuff. And from my side of the coin, if you want to call it, from what my perception and what I see, because you don't get to see what I see, I feel like me doing what I'm doing regarding opening TikTok shop is my main focus right now. Selling products, making money at the same time, but helping people. And I feel like that is the best of the best. Because I need money, but also I want to be helping people as well. Like getting good products, man. I don't want to be selling stuff I don't use as well. Obviously, if I see something that is good and I've used it before, or it's got good reviews and I can make money off it, I will do so. But I want to be transparent in the fact that when I'm selling something, I've used it. As an old school feeling as, oh, I've used it, I'm good. I'm more of a lightly. It's easier for me to sell when you use something day in day out, and then that's more likely that you're gonna feel that energy through the camera. Really use this, and I enjoy it. The taste, cherry cola, sorry, 30 servings. Without thinking, I can say all this stuff because I use it. You know what I mean? It gives me a great tingling sensation, a pump, stuff like that. I can say all these things off the top of my head because I use it and I actually feel it and I've experienced it. So that's the winning ticket for me, which I never thought it would be, didn't, regarding products and TikTok as well. That's the reason why I've maybe had a change of perspective and stuff regarding it. Anyway, man, we're underneath a trailer, which is, remember, 9492. That's what we have in my head. 9492, sorry, 9492. So we've got that in our head. I put one glove on. As I said, I don't like people really touching all the stuff. I've wiped this all down already and cleaned it. I wiped it down with a good old wipes. Anti-bacteria stuff. And we're going to, so I got a new haircut yesterday, mine and you, so fresh. We've got to hook up 9492. Don't know if you can see that, but we're going to go around at the side. I'll show you again. Up to the trailer, you routine people. I like when it's up, most of the time it's up like this, so you can see like the tread depth of the tyres and see if there's any holes in there. Look at that, that's a bit, isn't it? But that's legal, it's not all the way through. Sometimes you go to the back and see if the doors are shut, but it's on a green light. So that's one thing I could talk about as well. I've been to certain sites where the green light is broken. The light is broken, not the green light, but the light itself is broken. So I've been to sites, so I got stone in my shoe. That's happened twice now today. Anyway, I'll talk to you in a minute about it. I've been, so you see how that light is on the green there. I've been to sites where, because they say don't touch the trailer, which is obviously by now 7 years doing this, 10 years doing this, sorry. I know not to move the trailer when it's on a flipping red light, right? But there's been times where I've been to sites, you guys that have been going for a long time will experience this, where the lights are broken. You're unaware if you've been to a new place, a place that you've never been to before, you don't go often, or even if you go to a certain place often, and all of a sudden the lights are not working, and you're like, do I not put it off? And there's not really competent staff. You wind the wheels up while I'm here. Staff are not really shy, and they're not the type of staff that give orders, or they don't want to in case they get in trouble. What do you do when that happens? And again on the side it says 9492. What do you do when that happens and there's no one around to give you a competent answer, confident answer? You can take the trailer, the light's broken. I've been in situations like that, believe it or not. So that's the light I'm talking about. When it's broken, it's sometimes on a red. So you see this back door, that's one indicator. I look around the back, and I've witnessed this rare, but I've witnessed this. I'm not giving you permission to do any flipping thing, but I've been in situations where there's no one that can give me a competent answer to move this trailer. Say for instance now, there's no one around, Saturday, or it's a day where there's low staff, a bank holiday, and you've come to pick up a trailer. Obviously go in, speak to the staff or someone there if you can. But if no one can give you a competent answer, most people will give you an answer, but they're not sure. I'm not sure. And what you're gonna do? You're gonna wait here for how many hours before you get an answer, or are you gonna try and use your flipping head? So what I've done, mine and you, is I've called my depot and I've asked them about it and told them. But as I said, are you gonna sit here for hours waiting for someone to give you an answer? And you can see visually that the door is shut and it's not hooked up. You can see that this here is not hooked up to the trailer. There's no barrier down on the trailer itself. So I've just basically taken a video of the trailer, with the inside, the light, spoken to the depot, and I've told them, listen, do you want this trailer or not? I think the light's broken, no one's there, there's no one giving me a competent answer, a confident answer, whatever. Do you want the load? Because sometimes I've been in situations where they don't answer, or they ain't giving me answer properly what I want to hear. So I've just taken the trailer, I've taken pictures and stuff, taken a trailer, and I haven't heard anything. Now, am I telling you to do that? No, but I've been in situations where that has happened and I've had no choice but to do that. in my opinion, that's the only choice. You got to use your... This is the lonely part of lorry driving, where you got to use your head when you're on your own. Because I've been in, like, as I said, I've worked for big companies and small companies. This was a small company, and I've had to just take the trailer. Now, I've been in situations where someone is confident enough and told me, oh, your light's broken, take the trailer. I've gone back to that site that I'm talking about. That's happened before, and the guy goes, oh, you did the right thing. You know what I mean? By taking a trailer. You just, after years, build up a certain regarding certain stuff about, obviously, for instance, that situation. And you just use your flipping common sense, which they tell you not to use your common sense. But use your common sense sometimes. That's why I like working on my own, trying to make decisions for yourself sometimes. You're forced to. Now, as I said, mine and you, I've been in situations where I've asked someone and they've told me the light's broken. That is a major thing within the industry, lorry industry, is not to move the trailer if the light is on a red. They tell you that, obviously. Certain big companies normally are really strict, and they have rules and regulations and blah. But if no one's there to give you an answer confidently, there's no one around, and you've spoken to your office and so on and so forth, then I've done it. I've taken matters in my hand. I pulled a trailer out before in a safe way on a red light. And in most of the situations I've been in, they've come back and said, you did the right thing or whatever. But there's always that one that might come back and say to you, you shouldn't have done that. I haven't witnessed that, but that's when I suggest using your common sense and be like, wow, what do you want me to do? Wait here for 2-3 hours for you guys to have someone to tell me you can move the trailer. And no one was around. There's no staff, no nothing. It was a quiet bank holiday or weekend or whatever. And 9 times out of 10, they'll sit there and be quiet. If he's an ignorant, you know what, then he'll try and still argue the fact that, oh, you should have done this, you should have done that, or da-da. 9 times out of 10, nothing will happen. That's just my personal opinion. Now, there's going to be people that's going to say something else. Say what you want. But it's happened and I've done it, and I will do it again if it was the case. As long as it's in a safe way. If you can't check the back or see what's going on in the back and certain stuff, because the whole point of not moving the red light, the main reason, from what I know, is because someone's loading it, right? And they could be on the back. And there's been stories I've heard that someone's loading it and someone's moved the trailer and they've been on the back and they've dropped, or I don't know, they've been in the back, and sometimes they drive the forklift on the back, don't they? And that's a really bad incident. But that's normally rare. If you follow the steps that I'm talking about, then that's rare that will happen. As I said, I've looked directly in the back of the trailer, looked to see if I've got the name of it, that is down. That's two of the main indicators that you can't get in trouble. Use your common sense. If it's down, I've got the name of it, isn't down. If it's up like this and it's not hooked up to the trailer and the light is red but the doors are open and it looks full, that's if you're collecting a full one, then just use your common sense. Anyway, I've explained that for you enough. Let's go and excuse my language. Let's go close the back doors, and then we can do a little quick light check. Done already, but we're going to do it again. The barrier, is it? The barrier. This is what we're dealing with. As I said before, lately I forgot the plate again. 1 second. So the barrier, is it? Whatever this is. I forget the name. Give me 1 second. Make sure as well, I've done it a couple of times. You see, make sure you close the door correctly. Because I don't know if you can see the top. Let me show you. So you see the top there. If those things there are not obviously in the groove correctly, and you've closed the door incorrectly, and I've done this before and put this on, the seal on, and I've looked up and gone, oh flipping, our doors they're not closed correctly, and I've put the seal on, I've got to rip the seal off, go back in and tell them that the seal, I had to break the seal because I didn't close the doors correctly, and I had to take the seal off basically, or rip the seal. That's the last thing you want. It can be annoying, and then they got to rewrite on the paperwork the seal and stuff like that. So make sure you close the doors correctly, and I've done that a couple of times myself. The next thing we got to do is we've got to put the trailer number into here. So I'm going to do that. And people on these TikTok, Facebook's the worst at the moment. Just calm down. I think they're giving up because I don't reply to stupid shit anymore. But Facebook, I guess, is the worst for comments, like to talk to me or message like that. Obviously, messaging a edit of mine, and I'm in the edit, and they think that because you're on social media and you're messaging on social media, there's no consequence behind your words. So they just say stupid stuff, that you're a clown, Hey, you don't know me. And then the thing is that they'll say all this stuff and they'll still watch more of my videos. Who's the flipping clown? You are! You call me a clown and all this stuff, and you still tune into my videos and comment the same negative stuff. What the hell? I've never experienced that in my life. That's the first time I've experienced that from social media. This is a weird thing that I've never experienced that in my life. I'm doing anything. Not even YouTube. That's a weird thing to experience. I've never experienced that doing anything. Like on YouTube, it works differently. But doing shorts, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Mainly Facebook and Instagram, TikTok. They like to message me and call me these names like clown and stuff, like turd. That's pretty all the stuff. And then I say whatever I say, sometimes, rarely. But then I see the same guy commenting on another one of my shorts. You gay? If you don't like me and I'm a turd and all that, why message to a load of my videos? Really, who's the turd? You're dumbass. Like my content, then go F off. But obviously you do. Waste, man. Never experienced that in my life. How can you be liking my videos, calling me a turd, and then liking my videos, basically? That's when you're a low life. And it's not just obviously a Lorry thing. I think that's just generally social media. And I never experienced that before until I started it, obviously, doing social media. Or shorts, rather, sorry. Started posting shorts. It's bizarre to me, man. That's one of the reasons why, that's one of the reasons I started thinking about me a bit more, when I realised that I'm going to do stuff what I think is beneficial for me and the person. What's the best balance, if that makes sense, between what I do? Because I'm a type of person that's, maybe, I don't know what you guys think, but I'm like really selfless. I'm a selfless individual. I really think about others more than myself. And then I've changed over the years. And now, I don't give a two shits about you guys. I'm really experiencing people for who they are, if that makes sense. So now I'm thinking, if you don't like it, I'm just gonna, because YouTube was my first, can I say, love, if anything. I wanted to get really high on YouTube. That was my goal at one point. And then when I started doing shorts and looking at, mainly it was selling products. Because I did that I tried to open an e-commerce store years ago. But then obviously TikTok shop, affiliate shop, TikTok shop, whatever, Amazon FBA, all these stuff. And technology evolved to a different level. Mainly TikTok shop, and then me doing shorts, everything changed. Now I see stuff differently with the technology I have everybody's has at their fingertips, and the knowledge and everything I know, that's, things are changed. I've seen stuff differently, and I'm seeing people as well differently. So now I don't give a shit. And not even online, but in person, I give less of a shit now. Opportunists. Most people are opportunists. What's new? You know what I mean? Who's popular? And then they jump on stuff, and you see it all the time. I don't know if you guys have seen Arsenal, obviously, get to the position they were in, and then I was watching videos, and obviously I didn't watch the game, but I was watching a lot of stuff regarding Arsenal. And a lot of people were doing interviews, and they were going in the crowd interviewing people. And one of the interviewers was like, go and say lady. And some of the people, do you support Arsenal? No. Why you got Arsenal top on for? And all that. And then she's particular lady just started cheering, is it Ghana or cheering something? I can't remember exactly what, but she just started cheering. And then I was just kept on looking, and I was thinking, man, you guys are opportunists. You're jumping and putting on the Arsenal top because they're popular. That's why so many people have put and jumped on a wagon of Arsenal. And that's what people do, they're opportunists. They jump on what's hot at the time. The same with a lot of other things. The baby thing as well. I remember when I was in a relationship and having a baby was like popular, rather than you want a baby because you want a baby for, like, if I was to say, the right reasons. because of the love you have in a relationship with your partner, because things are going well and we're both in a stable relationship, we've got good finances, so forth and so on, and we were in a good place to have a baby. They're logical, smart reasons to have a baby in a family, in my opinion. No, you don't want a baby for that. You want a baby because you're the one out of your friends group that hasn't got one, and I want to have the baby as an accessory because I want to be it's popular. It happens a lot, and it's mainly, I'm not gonna lie, from what I see, a woman thing. Also, it's just a general thing, like man and woman. Like the football thing, excuse me man, the football thing is a man and woman thing. Like people were just getting the top because it's popular and it was something to do. People are bored. Go do something, if you want to call it out, go do something with your life, man. Don't just hop on wagons because it's popular. Someone that shows me you can be easily manipulated in a way. Like, people can be easily manipulated. I could go deeper as well, I won't. Because I'm thinking about religion as well. This is because my grandparents on both sides were really religious when we were younger. And I can say a lot of stuff regarding religion and how, since I was young, to allow how religion is and how it's taken a relation to, in my opinion, more of some mockery of religion. The way that people now, in my opinion, are seeing religion and they're mocking it. Religion is supposed to make you a better person. You're not supposed to go like, oh, my brothers and my sisters. Everyone's your brother and everyone's your sister. And your religion is supposed to be making you a better person. So how can I be a better person in this world? Because religion's not supposed to divide people. That's not religion, in my opinion. Oh, that's my Muslim sister, and it's everyone else, because they're not Muslim, they're not your sister or your brother. What? That's not what religion's about. And I feel like that's where religion's gone now. People are using it to divide people. That's not what the religion is about. It's not supposed to be about that. And also, you shouldn't be using religion to justify your behaviour. Oh, that's haram. I hate hearing that in the word. Oh, that's haram. That's haram. Well, hold on a little piece, man. What do you mean that's haram? You shouldn't have to be religious or use religious words to make it haram. You should know right from wrong from when you're born and you're pitney. You're born and your mum and your dad, and life teaches you, oh, don't touch that hot stove. And then you touch the hot stove, oh, you burn your hand and ting. And you learn from life. And you right from wrong. Stealing's wrong, stealing's this and that. Whatever is wrong or right. You shouldn't have to go into religion to make you know that things are wrong or right. And I feel like that's where religion's gone. And don't lie and say that it hasn't. It has. That's another thing that can be seen as a popularity thing as well, in a way. Some people use religion and it's needed and it's a good thing and it's made you a better person. Commend you. A lot, not some, because it's got worse. People are using that as an excuse. And it's just horrible to see the evolution of it, and it's been going on for years anyway, but it's just when the age of social media as well is when you see a lot of these debates as well regarding religion. It's just painful to watch sometimes, because as I said, religion is supposed to make you a better person. Why are you debating the words of the Bible and the Quran, and like going against each other? That's not what religion's about, man. It's supposed to be bringing you closer, if anything, and it's not. You're debating texts and you're ripping each other apart. Christianity, religion, the Bible that I'm talking about, but you're ripping each other apart using text. That doesn't sound right. Or it's just me. That doesn't sound like you're a better person by ripping someone else's religion apart and having debates about word for word. Sounds like more division. Anyway, man, that's just my opinion, man. This is why I've stayed away from that type of stuff. I'm not saying I'm not religious. I'm religious. The old school religion, though. Not this new era bullshit, man. And it needs to stop. That does not sound like you're a better person. It doesn't make you a better person looking at someone else's religion and feel like it's all ego tripping. Anyway, I've got to go and get my knick-knack paddywhacks and set off to Sittingbourne. We'll keep you updated regarding the journey if anything goes wrong. Keep up with the vlogs as usual. But TikTok shop is going to be my main focus. I'm going to be doing some TikToks, as I said, regarding this and some other things to help people that want to be a better person, health, fitness, mental state, and then all that goodness stuff, gracious, beautiful, goodness, gracious things, and mental, as I said, mental health and all that stuff, man, products, and making you that's to me where the impact is making you a better person, in my opinion. I'm out. See you in a bit. So we've got 29.3 now. So what we got, let's put it here. That's what we've got, and we're gonna obviously drop it on 29. Like he said, there's another trailer over there that we can take. I think he's not the only shunter, but every time I come here, he's alright. That shunter that came up to me. Told me already, most people, they don't tell me to raise the back, but some do, some don't. But you're supposed to raise the back, most sites, shall I say. Because I don't want to say every site, because I've been to sites where you don't need to raise the back, but at most sites you raise the back. So you know what it is. I'm gonna put down, no actually no, we're gonna raise the back, which is here. So that raises this, which you will see that go up quite quickly, mine and you. And then you reverse back, obviously, which is a beautiful thing. Well, it helps the loaders, obviously. This is what it's built for, and that's what I'm using it for. So you hear the noise, and then when I stop, so that gives you the gap, obviously. I don't even remember when I took this trailer from my depot, that was at large distance you see there. So most depots will be, when you get your trailer that's loaded, or any trailer that's on the bay, you should see a gap like this, because you want to get this level, not as high as it depends on what type of barrier it is. If it's one of them that this comes out, then you can call it level-ish, but if it's like this, you need a little gap for it to, the mechanism, when you press, obviously when they lift it up now, it comes up, and then sometimes it bends out a bit, if that makes sense, when it goes up, so it might hit the back. So you don't want to put the trailer too far back to the bay, depending on how the design of the bay is. As I said, if you push it, you put it too far back, squeeze it, if you want to call it, hard onto the bay, it will be difficult for landing, what do you call it, not the landing legs, I've got the name of it, man, but you get what I'm saying. It's like I've got to figure out the word for that, man. But, so you don't squeeze it too hard on the back of you don't put it too hard against the bay. It needs a little gap, so that little stairs or whatever you want to call it comes out, like, because it comes out at an angle sometimes. That's what you call it, the trailer, and this is the mechanism. So if it's too close, then it's gonna get stuck. And what happens is that they press the button to try and lift it, to put the landing platform onto the trailer, and it will get stuck. So if you get so close, so not that close to the back, it gives it a little bit of room, come up like that, and then go, and then land on back of the bay, so they can unload the goods. So you've got the ones that come out like this. That's different, obviously, because all it's going to do is go like that and then down. And then you got ones that are here lit and it comes up like that, but it's at an angle. If I can't explain it correctly, well, I did try to explain it correctly. If you've got a brain, then you can understand what the hell I'm talking about. If you've been in the industry-ish, you know what I mean? Hope I don't get like copyrighted for that. But if you've been in the industry, you know what the hell I'm talking about. But don't put the bay hard on the back of the trailer, hard on the back of the bay. Leave a safe gap. Most we butchered that, but you know what I'm talking about. And if you don't, then tough, you have to figure it out for yourself, like I have. Now I can wind the legs down. Hey. Don't put the trailer too close to the back of the bay. And I suggest practicing when you take off the Susies to put them back like this. It's a good habit to have, I find. Understand though, if you've got a shit truck, sometimes you can't be bothered, or if you have a stressful day, sometimes you can't be bothered. But don't be such a little whiny bitch. Sometimes you've got to put a bit of effort into it, even though you had a bad day. If you can, try to. I understand if you don't, but try to put some effort into stuff, man. Even when you don't want to. It's a good habit to have. That's what I feel. Sometimes I don't want to do shit, but you have to, put that discipline in to do it, so it becomes a habit. Because after a while, when you become a lorry driver, or just a lorry driver, and then anything you do, will is it complacent? You become lazy, comfortable, comfortability. When you're in a relationship with your woman, you become comfortable. when you're at work, because you know everything and you're used to the job, you become comfortable, become lazy and start doing stuff a bit sloppy here and there. And that's when you make mistakes sometimes.